welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a Disney inspired makeup look using the Tinkerbell palette from ColourPop. I've already done a review for this one, so if you want to go ahead and watch that, go ahead and click that video now. Alright, so first things first, I already did my eyebrows off of camera. One, I'm very slow when it comes to doing my eyebrows, and two, I'm very insecure about staying on here and doing them because I feel like my eyebrows are already weird because one is fuller, one is not. I have a scar in one, I'm pretty sure you can see it. I'm not perfect, I'm not a professional, but whatever. The remainder of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and do a voiceover because I know it's probably gonna be pretty lengthy since I take my time doing my makeup. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first I start with the Milani eyeshadow primer. And I'll be honest, this is the only eyeshadow primer I've ever used. I'm still a beginner, so I don't really know that much about any other primers. I wouldn't be able to tell you about anything. I do know that I'll be switching soon because I don't like that it kind of goes on thick and I want it to be lighter. So if you have any recommendations about any other eyeshadow primers I should try, please let me know and put it in the comments below. The first color I'll be using in the palette is called Second Star, and I'll be using that as my base. Real quick, a lot of these makeup inspiration looks, I do get some help from Pinterest, YouTube, Google, just because I'm still getting the feel of what it is that I like. But I try not to go exactly like how people did it. I do my own thing. The next color I'll be using is Sleep, and I'm going to put this above my crease. And I go on really light because I don't want to mess up. I would rather be able to go on light and then just keep adding on rather than putting on a lot and mess up and then I won't be able to fix it. And let's not forget about the other side. For the third shade, I'll be using Awake, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in my crease. Not all the way though, you want to put it at the end of your eyelid and then work your way in about halfway to the middle of your eyelid and then stop because I'm going to end up doing a cut crease. Now that I have that done, I'm going to grab my e.l.f. concealer and go ahead and do my cut crease. I'm also going to go ahead and take my e.l.f. brush. I don't know the name of it, so I'll put it somewhere on the screen and go ahead and do my cut crease. After I'm all done with that, I'm going to go ahead and use the shade Pixie Dust. You're just going to want to go ahead and put it right over that cut crease that you did. And I did forget to mention, for those who don't know, when you're applying your eyeshadow, you want to go ahead and tap off the excess eyeshadow just because you want to try to avoid fallout, especially for those that put their foundation on first before doing their eyes. Okay, moving on to our fourth shade is Neverland. With this shade, you're going to want to go right there at the end of the cut crease, pack it on, and make sure that you take your time blending it in, being kind of light with your hand. You don't want the eyeshadow to kind of just stay there. You want it to be able to blend in really well with those other colors. Next is Small Fairy, and you're going to want to go ahead and pack that in on the inner corner of your eye. This is supposed to help illuminate your eye to appear larger, but I don't think it works in my case because my eyes will always look small. Now with this shade Tink, I took my angled brush and put it on my waterline. Again, I used the shade Sleep and went right underneath that color under my waterline. Now I'm going to take my Neutrogena makeup remover and clear up any of the fallout that I had on my cheek and sharpen my eyeshadow look. I also like to take a Q-tip and kind of put just a little bit on the tip of it so that I can make sharper edges. Alright, moving on to my foundation. I like to put a little bit on my hand so that I know to take it easy with the foundation. And I do really like that this is double wear so I can go as light or as heavy as I want to. In a little bit, my lighting will appear very foggy. My ring light slipped down and I didn't notice it until a little after. Then I use my concealer to highlight some areas in my face. Next, we go in with the e.l.f. setting powder. Next, I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. contour palette using the cream one instead of the powder. It's my first time using this, so I hope it turns out really well. I again apologize for my lighting. My daughter actually was coming in and out, and I didn't want to show her face. I'm okay with their hands, their feet, or them talking, but I didn't want her face to be on camera, so I had to keep changing the light settings after this. And don't be alarmed by my faces. I was just really nervous. I had never contoured like this ever. It's my first time, and I was just really hoping that it was going to turn out good enough for me to use because there was no going back after this. However, I can say I'm quite enjoying this cream instead of the powder one that I have, because I have the same exact one, but obviously this one is cream. And it feels so much lighter, so much smoother. I don't feel kind of like cakey when I'm using it. So I really do like that. One more time, I promise this will be the last time I change the setting of my light. But my daughter was getting ready to go to sleep in my room, and she said that the light was too bright and she couldn't sleep, so I had to change it. Now I'm using the Super Shock Cheek Shadow in the shade Darling. I was really surprised at how orange it looked at first on my face, but when I started to blend it out, it actually was really nice on my skin. I couldn't get my camera to focus on what it said, but this is Fly With Me, and I'm going to go ahead and use this gel pencil on my waterline. And for my lips, I use the shade Tinkerbell. This goes on so slick and smooth, I don't even feel like I have anything on. Next, I'm going to put on my mascara, but first I will curl my eyelashes because when I am putting on falsies, I do like to curl them so that I don't see them underneath. Okay, now I can use my mascara. And what I do like about this one is that if you happen to get your face wet, it's not going to weigh down your face. It actually comes off in fibers and it comes off really easy and it doesn't hurt or tug on your eyelashes like waterproof mascara would. I do like to wait until my eyelashes are completely dry before putting on my false lashes. And these are actually my favorite lashes because they're magnetic and a lot more simpler for me to put on. And with this too, you do want to let that liner dry completely before applying your lashes. Otherwise, it's just going to get stuck and it's not going to hang on properly. As you can see, I did that and tried to apply my lash and ended up ripping it off, so I had to apply more. Again, I had to let that re-dry completely, and then I applied it again and gave it a little bit of a tug so that I know that it's on securely. And last but not least, I spray just a little bit of my hydrating spray. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video or want to see more, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!